Hello? Okay. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I think I can see now. I hope the mic is working all right. Ah, okay. Can you see me now? And you can hear me. So, hello, you guys. Happy Sunday and happy new month. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing okay. It's February, is my month. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, I think happy birthday. It's not my happy Sunday or happy birthday. Yeah, I saw happy birthday and I'm like, it's not my. Okay, yeah, I know what you're saying now. That is happy Sunday. Happy Sunday and happy new month. Happy new month of February. Anyway, you guys, today we're going to be talking about Funke Akindele responding to Kunle Afolayan and also what Kunle Afolayan said that actually warranted such response. And at the same time, I'm going to be dissecting the situation of Femi Adebayo's estranged wife, Iyan Aladuke, and our supposed bestie, friend, or whatever it is that leaked audio of whatever they've been talking about. And I'm going to come in about that in different angle because I know a lot of people has made video about this, and most of them they were bashing that friend alone, like that olatoun, and some of them were bashing uh Femi Adebayo or the family of whatever it is. But I know the bashing and the anger is coming from the fact that the building that was used for Iyan Aladuke's business was locked down. So, but I made mention slightly about it maybe 2 weeks ago when this thing just happened. I remember I made a little bit mention of it, but I'll go over it again. So, because that building is where Inyaladuke sell her food, that's where the business is. And I think there was a house there as well. I don't know uh what happened. Maybe they were both living there. The way I'm seeing it, it might be where both of them were living, but because Femi Adebayo left the house, maybe that is why the place now becomes for like it now becomes in Aladuke's abode alone. But before I go into that, let's quickly talk about Funke Akindele because that Aladuke situation is what I want to speak about last. So, but before we go into Iyan Aladuke because the case is really messy and a lot of people don't really understand where all this messiness is coming from. Because it seems like Iyan Aladuke, Femi Adebayo's estranged wife, is one of these people that will throw a rock and hide their hands. There are a lot of people like that. So, but before we go on, let's quickly talk Kunle Afolayan. Yesterday, the thing I saw is that I saw all these messages from Funke Akindele. Let me see if I can bring them up. If I can bring, because when immediately I saw it, I went on Funke Akindele's story, but she deleted it. I think she posted it and she deleted it again. So, and it was about, I'll read it to you because they were really loaded and direct. And the good thing is that when I see back and forth about this thing, I'm thinking to myself, after all, she did not also mention name because a lot of people were saying that uh Kunle Afolayan did not mention Funke's name. And I said to that, Funke too did not mention any name. So it's more or less like they're both doing it without mentioning each other's name. So anyway, let me quickly send this. I'm rambling here, but it's because I'm trying to send out I'm trying to send out the video. I would normally send it out, but I'm trying to do that. My regular people is because I always send it to them and they click the link. It's more easier for some people because sometimes YouTube don't even send they don't send the link, they don't send the notification. So most of the time I had to like send the notification myself, more or less, like, promote it. Some people don't even know that I'm on live, and sometimes when I send it to some people or put it on my page, they don't see it immediately, but later they can find it and watch it. At least the thing stays up there for 24 hours, which can easily make them to find it and still watch it. So I always like to post it on my Instagram story, and also I don't know why Instagram is behaving this way. Anyway, so I'm trying to look for that thing that Funke posted on her page. I'm gonna get to that now. Let me look for it so that I can play it for you, what Funke actually because Funke said Funke said a lot of stuff, but I think Kunle Afolayan deserve that, because with the way Funke went about it. But the only thing, I was shocked when I now later heard when Kunle Afolayan said, oh, Funke actually called him and told him that I know you don't like me or something like that, and don't ever mention my name again in your interviews. And he told the Arise News that she was yelling when she said that to him, that she was yelling. And I'm like, yeah, because when Kunle Afolayan said what he said as well, I know a lot of people were saying that Kunle did not mention Funke's name. He was just talking about people that, let me play this bit for you, maybe you will understand what I'm saying. This is the bit that a lot of people saw and they thought, oh, Kunle Afolayan is not actually talking to you, but I will play for you where it seems like Funke Akindele was responding to. So let me share my screen and let me share my screen.
When I went hunting and I met the senior Kene and, Odeon Streatham, not even Greenwich, that everybody is going now. And this was 2007, 2006, actually. And we did all the runs, but see, it's draining. I want to make a film if you guarantee me that I don't have to dance to sell that film.
How like guarantee?
You and Kene, even Ladron, we've been trying to do things, but what are there we need to come up with all the strategies. How do we sell without exhausting ourselves? I don't know how Funke and the likes of them are doing it, creating all of those kits every day, changing different costumes. I cannot.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n Kúnlé Afọláyan, nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ kú ń sọ kú yé àwọn tó ní critical thinking. Those that look at things from a
No, you're getting it wrong. This is not where Funke was referring to. I'm going to play the audio of where Funke, why Funke responded to him. I'm going to play that. I'm coming. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Aha. So this is the part that was not really mentioned about that bit. Oye Mike was making a video saying that, literally saying that maybe what he said wasn't all that bad. People that understand, we understand. But I'm going to play audio for you because listen carefully to this audio.
We're not even doing the same thing.
gonna come here, even though I've invited him severally. But I'm guilty too because I have not been to his. Every time Femi has a point, Mama is also a big way, but it's very rap. Take him more. I will just surprise you guys. Oh, Shelley. But Ibrahim beats me to it. Brother, I want to say thank you very much for coming, for making it. This means a lot. And I will continue to say there is no competition.
Listen.
I don't want 2 billion.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, babe?
There is no competition.
Yeah.
We're not even doing the same thing. And this is the first time it's gonna come here.
So anyway, you guys, if you don't catch that, Kunle Afolayan they were talking about the movie Anikulapo Girl or Gold, the one that just came out, and he was praising Ibrahim Chatta for coming to his own film village because he has been promising to go there, and he said he's going to go there. Ibrahim Chatta has been to his film village quite few times, but he has never been there, and he was saying that he even told Femi Adebayo or Sadiq Adebayo that whenever they are wrapping up the filming, he will just show up like a surprise visit to Ibrahim Chatta's film village, blah blah blah. And the next thing he said is that it's not a competition because Ibrahim Chatta has a film village and he also has a film village. And the moment he was saying it wasn't a competition, then he went into this, I don't need 2 billion. Okay, fine. You don't need 2 billion, but you don't still have to, say it that way. Even if you don't need 2 billion or whatever you think you don't need, that, you decided that, okay, you don't need that because it was Funke Akindele that just made 2 billion recently and everyone is talking about it. So now you said you don't need the 2 billion. Fine, we understand. But then Funke Akindele decided to go on a story, and this is what Funke Akindele writes. I don't know if you can see it. I would always show this thing here, but I'm having difficulty. Funke Akindele said, I'm not the one hindering your progress. Karikapo, yeni. If you can't beat them or join them, create your own path. Not allow jealousy burn you. The sky is so big for everybody to fly. Anyway, judge. Hey, it's Funke Akindele that wrote it. Oh, I'm not the one. No, see her name on top. It was Funke Akindele that wrote all of this thing. Because before you come now and think that I formulated, no, go ahead and create alternative promotion or marketing strategy for promoting your business, or hire a company to handle it. You can do it. The opportunities are endless, and everyone has their own path. I'm focused on mine. And if you can't beat them or join them, create your own path. Not allow jealousy burn you. The sky is so big for everybody to fly. Go ahead and create alternative promotion or marketing. Sorry, you can do it. The opportunities are endless and everyone has their own path. I'm focused on mine and I have faith in God's plan for me. So that was what Funke Akindele said. And before you know it, Kunle Afolayan had an interview. Again, I just saw that. Let me see if I can play a little bit of that now. Let me see, where is that interview? It was here somewhere. I bet the interview was here somewhere. Let me see. So anyway, he had this interview with Arise News, and he was literally talking about the old thing again. Talking about how Funke Akindele, because for me, I didn't even know Funke Akindele called him until I saw this interview. Let me play this interview for you. I'm going to play this one for you, sorry. And I think Funke Akindele responded to him simply because that's not the first one. You know, the movie thing that I played for you, that's not the first one. He already said something about, doing advert for movie where Oye Mike was talking. That was the first time he said it. Then again, saying it at that film festival that I don't need to make 2 billion. You've already said that. Oh, it's not a new concept that people are now dancing. And it's true, it's not. Everybody know that. It's not a new concept because this thing has been, let's say, a year and Ogunde. They always have people that dances around and all that. So we know it's not a new concept. Okay, fine, you said that. She did not respond. Then you go into your this thing, and that is when you now mentioned that you don't need 2 billion. You shouldn't have said that. So anyway, watch this.
Can you expatiate on what you meant by that?
Okay, well, that's something I was hoping I would avoid, but for the benefit of, our lovers, we know you didn't mean harm. Look, I'm a product of traveling theater and traveling cinema, meaning our parents will go around streets, trying to get people to come to this theater by dancing. And I've said this before. It is great, all right? For film, over the years, I would take my children to the cinema and then we will be pretty much dragging people to say, come and watch our film. And I'm saying in recent times. But for me, it's draining. And I never said anything was wrong with it. Listen, Funke called me yesterday and all she was saying, and that is why I felt maybe there was more to it beyond, I don't know what, she called and she said, Mr. Falayo, I know you don't like me, but don't mention my name in your interviews.
Was she angry or she wanted?
No, she was yelling. Oh, and she dropped the phone after that. And I texted her and I said, I don't know what, must have caused this, but it's fine. And I explained a few things to her, and that was it. Tony Abraham and I spoke. And Tony said, can you say that I've turned it to a skit? That I got what you're saying. And in our skit, you were saying, people, please come and watch my film so I can make more than 10 million. The honest truth is, it was a forum, it was a film business forum. And we had the cinema operators there. And the cinema operators were asking me, Kunle, when are you coming back to cinema? And I said, I can't come to cinema if you cannot guarantee that I will make substantial money. Because if you make 2 million, and I will repeat it, if you make 3 billion, I said it live. Moabudu was there, DG or ED of Census Board, a lot of people were there. And I said, let's do the math. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. Let's do the math. If we make 2 billion, after the sharing and the tax deduction and all of that, what will probably come to you will be maybe 500. If you have stakeholders, investors that are more than 2 or 3, what comes to you at the end of the day? So it was simple mathematics. I have absolutely nothing against Funke. And I meant.
So anyway,
can you expatiate on what you meant?
Anyway, that was his explanation as to what happened. But what I would just say is that if you look at it critically, at number one, I don't expect Funke Akindele to respond that way. But however, I'm not going to control her reactions to Kunle Afolayan's action. And I think she responded simply because Kunle Afolayan has mentioned it one time, mentioned it again the second time. And what Funke Akindele should have done, I believe, as you grow older, some things, you get to understand some things. Because if you see the moment Kunle Afolayan was talking, I don't need 2 billion. It sounds really drunk. It sounds like someone that is drunk. It wasn't, I know he speaks slowly. My husband was saying that thing, but I went back and watched it and I realized oh my God, is he intoxicated or he was just speaking that way? His speech were not really clear. So Maybe that was what happened that made him just blot out 2 billion. And he mentioned it a couple of times till Shola Shwale even said, Kunle, like trying to caution him. So to me, it sounds like jealousy, but one thing I would say is that, as Funke Akindele has already said, it like the heaven is like it's big enough. The cloud, Uju and Road to a year full, without touching each other. Like it's big enough. Is the industry is big enough. And the thing that these people don't realize is that some people at some point, I know they all want to do what each others are doing. They copy each other. They try to, try to do something that others are doing. And it's true, Kunle has been making cinema movies for a while. I remember the time of Fujiran. Is it Fujiran or Fujirin? He's done all this thing with Silverbirds at some point. Maybe he believes that the profit there is not really worth it. Then he moves to Netflix. And I know few of them has, made it in Netflix. What is that I can say is that maybe Funke Akindele should have just left him. The jealousy would have shown a little bit more, and it won't be Funke Akindele that will be calling him out. It's going to be people that he knows or people from the industry that will be like, Uncle Kilo Day, you said it once, you said it twice, you've said it 3 times. Now it's becoming a jealousy. You're becoming obsessed with the way they are making the money and announcing the money. Saying that Tony Abraham reached out and told you that it was his kids. Nobody needs permission from you to do whatever they want to do. And what Kunle needs to understand is that time waits for nobody. I will say that. Things are changing. Yoruba will say, Ibiti ayeba yisi kabawon yisi. Before, people use influencer like all these big celebrities before they can push their goods. Now, everybody creates content around their goods. You can't just be a business person alone. You have to be ready to make content as a business owner. So, as a filmmaker as well, even people on YouTube, they have to dance. A lot of them doesn't have the tenacity or the strength to do all these things, but they don't have a choice when others are making it. And the only way, because it's not the filmmaker, it's not the people doing it, it's what people are watching. People create content for the viewer, because sometimes it's just the dance. Some people cannot even make up their minds, and if they see the way people are dancing or creating, for me, I know if you are selling stuff, you create content, but now everything they create content around. There's not, even if you are selling a pencil, you have to create content for it. That's what the viewers want. That's what the followers want. That's what your customer wants. They want to see the goods advertised. They want to come to your page, entertain themselves, even though you are a business person. And it's draining. I'm not going to lie. Kunle Afolayan is not lying. It's draining. But the thing is that Funke has already advised him. If that is the way you want to go as well, and you can't do it, get a content creator. You can employ one. And this person, this creative, will be bringing you ideas of things you can do. All you have to do is show up. You are the boss. People will do it. You ask people that are in the movies, you do content, just show up. It's just like Funke Akindele. She made sure like people that are in a movie, they show up for the content, and she, creates it around the movies and everything. So anyway, I'm going to move on and go to Iyan Aladuke. I wish both of them can just, stop speaking about this thing. Like, people should just do whatever they want to do without one saying that, oh, we've done it. Yeah. If we want to talk about people that have done it in the industry and they did not even make it, all these big names that have done it, that these young chaps are enjoying now. Some people has actually crawl for these young ones to be running. So if Kunle Afolayan will look at it, you've been in the industry 30 years. I think Funke Akindele is going to follow along behind you, not quite long behind you. But obviously, because you have your dad that was in that industry, Funke Akindele doesn't have that, and she was able to build a space for herself. So kudos to her. All I expect Kunle Afolayan to say is what she said in that forum, whereby she's saying that, well, they've done dancing and all that before, but he just believed that it's draining. It is, I'm not going to lie to you, even as a business owner, to do adverts for clothes I'm selling self, that time before I got sick, it was hard. It wasn't easy at all. Changing from one clothes to another, doing this and doing that. So sometimes when they make that money, I just don't look at it. I imagine how much she has invested in the content itself. So anyway, I just wish this will be the end Kunle Afolayan will ever speak about it. Even if they ask him, he should just tell them that, oh, it's a done deal. He doesn't need to explain himself anymore. He doesn't need to tell people that it is draining. Everybody knows it's draining to be creating content. So let's move to Iyan Aladuke situation. I know a lot of you, that's what you really are interested in. So with Iyan Aladuke, okay. So this lady called olatoun, I'm going to have to go through few messages and few audios before I move on, before I actually say anything about this olatoun situation. I'm going to play some audio for you. Let me look at her page, because a lot of all these blogs, they just pick something from other blogs without actually going to the full content of what this lady had said. So I'm going to start reading, because she put stuff out aside from the audio. There is a write-up. So in the first write-up, she said that I don't know. I'm going to read it for you guys. Excuse me. Iyan Aladuke, you've taken too much from me. I constantly cry and I wish I never met you. You have pushed too many false narratives about me for far too long. If at all I have ever had evil intentions against you, your family, or sexually interested in your husband, or gotten involved for my financial gain, may it not be well with her forever. Amen. If at all you know the truth and reason you are in this mess, but yet you choose to hide, bully, victimize, and blame me for your predicament, may it never be well with you. Iyan Aladuke, I dare you to type amen in the comment section. You are always quick to comment on social media, so please show the same energy here. And she went further and said, here is my truth with fact. I have known Femi Adebayo as a mentor, senior colleague, and friend before you both got married. I had even kept my distance since you both got married. However, you reached out to me through Instagram DM, and we became close in 2023 because I also have an autistic child who is about 11 years old now. We connected and I took you as my auntie. I rarely have friends. This is my verifiable, and I assumed you to be a good person. Your interest was first because you needed help with my approach, which helped my son improve. But I later got to understand that you also used me to monitor and police your husband's activities at locations, or to get industry stories about him. With our then relationship, we heard each other as confidant and spoke about personal things. I am not a saint, neither are you, but you are worse. She went further and said, however, in October 2024, on the set of Jagun Jagun 2, you did unspeakable things to your husband, and that started your predicament in your family. Please note that date, October 2024, on the set of Jagun Jagun 2, you did unspeakable things to your husband, and that started your predicament in your family. Iyan Aladuke, please use your mouth and say the things you did publicly. and boldly. You told me about the havoc, and to the best of my ability, I meditated and spoke with your husband for peace to reign. But you never listened or calmed down. You told me he will never know peace. You said you will frustrate him. You kept pushing him until it backfired on you. I honestly tried my best, and God sees my heart. I kept warning you and using my marriage as a reference. It never bothered me until you told me you wanted to use me to create a lie, to tarnish his image, all because he hasn't been behaving the way you want him to after you humiliated and frustrated him on set. She went further and said, you said you will tell people that I took you to a prayer place and would lie that FM used the glory of his children, Latif, and several industry players to get fame. You also told me the different level of destruction you will create for him, his family, and business. I kept pleading with you, but you insisted you would go through with it. I also thought they were mere words until you started execution. It was until LFM called me to say I took you somewhere and then said it was diabolical. I immediately know you were using me because you believe I won't speak. I had to speak with some elders and religious leaders who then advised that I need to be careful and not assume you won't make do of your threats. I needed to protect myself and knew I needed evidences, which I never shared any of the content with your husband or even told him until you started coming after my life. Many of your threats, you already started working and building towards it at that time. And the page 5 said, I had to send you a voice note in February of 2025 to explain myself and to assure you that everything you shared with me was safe. The evidence was mine to keep because I had already seen how far you could go, and I could not stand by and watch evil unfolds. What followed afterwards feel like something straight out of a Yoruba movie. Hard to believe, hard to explain, but this is the reality of life. The woman came after me, both physically and spiritually. This is Olatoun, Iyan Aladuke's confidant, friend, who she went to make friends with, simply because she was one time protege of Femi Adebayo, old friend. Obviously, maybe she heard that there was nothing between them. For you to reach out to someone in the DM, maybe your husband must have said something good about them. Then you decided to be friends with such person. And at the same time, you are thinking of benefits you could get because you can use her as a police dog to police your husband or to monitor whatever it is your husband is doing. So anyway, I'm going to continue. She was afraid because she knew she had said too much. This woman came after me, both physically and spiritually. She was afraid because she knew she had said too much and that I had evidence. So she was determined to silence me at all costs. First, she created a false narrative that I was in a relationship with her husband. She told my husband this along with many other lies. You know how men can be. She then escalated things spiritually. And one night, my husband beat me until I lost consciousness. Wow. So, because of things Iyan Aladuke was telling her, or is it because the husband is just crazy to decided to beat his wife up? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand you guys. I'm reading all this thing. I know. And why the husband beats her. So she said, and one night my husband beat me until I lost consciousness. I almost died that night. I almost dying. That night marked the end of my marriage. Wow. She continued by telling her husband about our chat. so that when I eventually speak out, he would not believe me. That was when I knew I had no choice but to tell her husband the truth and reveal who she really was. I honestly believed she would stop after that, but she did not. She came after me with everything she had. She called people across the industry, telling them not to give me work. She contacted one of the directors in the industry and deliberately destroyed my livelihood. Even that, I could have survived, but she went further. She attacked my health. I could no longer sleep. My blood pressure became dangerously high. I stayed awake all night, and those who know me noticed that I was always posting at odd hours. I began hearing voices. I would collapse in public. She would then call my family. She would then call my family to confirm what was happening to me. I started showing clear sign of mental breakdown. I would suddenly start screaming, and when I came back to myself, I would not know where I was. There are many things I cannot even bring myself to write here. All this while she executed her plans carefully, yet appeared in public as a gentle, innocent person. She even planned to pay my brother 1 million to hack my WhatsApp. I have evidence of this. The Iyan Aladuke you know is sweet and soft-spoken. I was once close to her. But the person I came to know is viciously evil and an extremely skilled manipulator. Extremely skilled manipulator. If anything happens to me after now, please hold Iyan Aladuke responsible. Just listen to the voice note. If after that you still choose to bash me, I will accept it with peace because my intentions were pure. And still, there's so much more that I cannot say. So these are the audio. So that's the lady. Iyan Aladuke was the one bragging. Did you hear that part? Because a lot of them were omitting that part whereby she said that she made a video, she accused Funke, and she never saw them together. She just did that. See? What happens, what did not happen. She's going to say it happens. And it's going to be brutal. You have to. What's the two? Manipulating two. So she did not. Okay, that's the girl.
Deliberately, let's not be going.
Iyan Aladuke is tired.
Because Kini to make me embarrassed. Tamama fi eje sinu, tamama fi tuto funfun jáde fúnra wa. Kílódé torí pé believe pé mo mọ̀ so much nípa yín. Torí pé believe pé ti sọ so much nípa ṣé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni bí mo ṣe sọ fún yín pé àkíní kan mú ní the only thing torí pé ti àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ sọ fún mi. Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ sọ fún mi? Ẹ fẹ́ parọ́ ọmọkàn yín, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kí lórúkọ yẹn. Ẹjọ́ tó ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣó dùn gbọ́ létí kí n lọ bọ́ síta kí n lọ sọ. Ṣé believe pé tí mo bá sọ díẹ̀ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ fún mi, ìpè ọ̀rọ̀ Lateef, ìpè kí lórúkọ tí mo bá sọ half ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ fún mi fún ọkàn yẹn.
Okay. So it was the girl was messaging her. There's more. Okay, before I go into that, sorry. So the lady also wrote, apart from the voice note she sent to my phone, I had no intention of recording her. However, when she began to lie to implicate me to support her in carrying out her evil plan, including telling sister-in-law that lives in France that I was the one who took her to herbalist, who allegedly claimed her husband used her and her son for money ritual. What? That she will burn down the house then. I was advised to start keeping records of everything she was telling me. So Iyan Aladuke told the sister-in-law, maybe one of the Femi sister that lives in France, that tone took her to herbalist, and they told her at the herbalist that Femi Adebayo was the one that is using her and her son, or maybe that's why the son is like that. But the thing is, okay, let me just finish the audio. You guys just, come with me on this journey, because I know a lot of people were coming in from, maybe they know Iyan Aladuke, or maybe they know Femi Adebayo, or maybe they know olatoun. Thank God I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know any one of them, but I'm going to talk about this critically from the few that I know that has been going on with these people. This thing has started since last year, but according to this girl now, the fight actually started since October of 2024. So Femi Adebayo and this lady are separated for a while now. So anyway, I'm going to play the second part of the audio. But before I play that, the lady wrote in the caption, I took you to a church to pray. You used that as part of your story to build a lie, to blackmail him to return home. Oh, okay. I told you I was scared and you shouldn't do it. Instead, I was hearing from different angles that I took you to a shrine. Me, olatoun, this is the narrative you've been spreading. At least now they can know where I took you to. You were spoiling my name and using me to blackmail him to return home. How do I defend myself without this recording? And without this recording? And you continue to attack me as if I was the root cause. Tell people exactly what you did and stop blaming me. I think she was referring to, she should tell people what happened at that film village where they were shooting Jakun Jagun in October of 2024. I think that was what she's referring to. Something definitely happened around that time that made Femi Adebayo run out of the house. All this thing happened after Femi already left the house. So let me play the second part of the audio. So before I go on, I think this olatoun, what happened is that this thing has started happening. Iyan Aladuke, Femi's wife, has started, using her to build up these narratives about Femi and all that. So if you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, Oreo Dali, Oreo she, that she was even asking if that Iyan Aladuke is really using her brain, because here it's not that she's angry. A lot of people were saying that, oh, you can say things out of anger. She's not angry. She's just scheming and planning. This is the planning and scheming stage. She already passed that stage of anger, because that was what made her went to do whatever she went to do in that October of 2024. Then when Femi left the house, the anger built up, is now scheming on how to get Femi to come back home. But I think she, sometimes I will use Asake song, Agbon Gboju Ogbon, so thinking that you are too wise, you are going to use this to get back your husband. I think that was what actually even pushed him out more. So anyway, before I go on, listen to the second part of the audio, because the thing is, I don't know. I don't understand men sometimes, to be honest, because all this thing is caused by I won't say it's caused by anyone, but Iyan Aladuke, because she has herself to blame. But wait, listen. Which means she said it to her, but she needs to get it on record. She just wants Iyan Aladuke to confirm it. She already heard this thing. She's just trying to bring the rope up properly.
No. Oh God, you bring down Instagram page.
Wow.
Instagram page.
Imagine still planning this after you sorted it out.
Instagram page. Yes. No, okay, oh, yeah.
Okay. The guy is just trying to get stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. So, hello. Aha. So, all this scheming, planning, and everything she's planning to do. This is just bragging, to be honest, because I don't see how she's going to cripple anybody. And this guy is just whining her to get more from her. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Emi lobby ba on top waiting now. Okay. So everything she was planning is for her to destroy the husband, literally saying that she's gonna destroy things, which is, I think those ones are just mouth, when people are making mouth and people saying that she's angry, she's not angry. So I'm gonna start from where it begins, where this girl was coming out. A lot of people will say that, oh real she, or real dale, yeah. if you hear just the audio and you are not privy to what has been going on in the first place, then yes, it is true. You will say Oreo Shorio Dale. But what has been going on that I saw late last year or towards late last year was that this olatoun, that is when I first heard someone call olatoun. I even look at her face then. I was like, I've never seen her in a movie like that. I don't know her. But what had happened is that time, because I don't know like what is going on, all I heard is that when they were doing fasting last year, I know that Femi Adebayo was not at home. Femi Adebayo has left the house, I believe, since 2024. So when fasting was going on, I mean the Ramadan was going on last year, Femi was not in the house. Femi was with some family, even his children were there, and I'm like, this is strange. What is going on? But a lot of people doesn't know. I think it was around that time they were saying that Femi has left the house because the wife caught him with Funke Akindele at Ibrahim Chatta's film village. That was the news then. It was gist over. I can't forget that. Because I was thinking, should I make a story? Why will Femi Adebayo let Funke Akindele's story break his marriage again? Because if you don't know, the first marriage was broken up and it was Funke Akindele that was mentioned. So then they said it was Funke Akindele that, made that first marriage fine like that, like Pafuke like that. So now I'm hearing it again and I'm like, Nibo now. Funke Akindele is promoting a movie. She's all over the place. How come? When did she have the time to go and meet up with Femi Adebayo? Maybe Femi wants to use her in Jagu Jagu, or maybe she went for her own path. And I'm thinking to myself, Funke is very busy because around that time she was advertising Ayetoro. So when Chisoba posted that story, I was like, Chisoba today with all this story. Let's see where it's gonna go. So then the story was, died down because nobody was saying anything. The only thing we heard is that, it is true, blah, 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 Funke Akindele. And I think some people from Femi Adebayo's wife camp were saying that, yes, like it is true what had happened, but now we know that it was Iyan Aladuke, Femi Adebayo's estranged wife, that actually put a call through to Funke or went in Funke's DM or made audio, video, whatever she did. But she already confirmed it in the audio we just listened to, that she already went into Funke Akindele's DM to accuse her of being with her husband. And that one was like scared, quickly called her and be like, no, nothing like that. And she was even telling that olatoun that I knew there was nothing like that going on between them. So what you did in that aspect is that even if Funke Akindele was thinking, let me collaborate with Femi Adebayo, she will never think of that again, even if she was thinking it. Because the thing is that when someone is really big in the industry, around that time, Jagu Jagu was really popping, What was that sound? Jagu Jagu was really popping that time. A lot of buzz around Jagu Jagu. Is it Jagu Jagu? What's the movie Femi Adebayo did that time? Yeah, I think it was Jagu Jagu before he now did 7 Doors. So then, even if they want to work together, Funke Akindele might be hesitant and be like, I've not even started anything I've not had anything to do with you. Your wife is already coming into my DM accusing me wrongly. What is going on? Like Latibo Sibo now. So that was one of the blogging. A lot of people were saying because she's angry, everything she's saying, she might not meant it, but she did Funke Akindele's one. That was the easiest one for her. But other ones she's still planning. So then that story died down. Then later we started hearing another story about one olatoun dating Femi Adebayo, that was the person that was telling Femi Adebayo a lot of things about the home. And Iyan Aladuke will be putting all these cryptic message on her story. When they talk, she will just be like, don't let me speak. If I speak, Kirika, your woman friend, what you did in location, you know, all these things. But then I just don't cancel the blog. We just pick it up and be like, oh, Femi Adebayo's wife. But a lot of people were not seeing this then. I was seeing it, but I wasn't really interested in doing any story about it. You know, it's just something small and short. And also, that olatoun is not somebody that we really know like that. Even with among the upcoming, I don't really know her. So then, around late last year, that was when Iyan Aladuke was like in full force, started calling out Femi, saying all sorts of things. And before you know it, I think the beginning of this year, the one that actually brought up all these releases of the audio and all that was when Femi Adebayo, when the news broke and we saw how they were, the people that came to close the house, said that the building has been so. If I want to explain to you now, I will say that, you know, when people come and said that, when bank comes and said that, oh, this house has been sold, whoever is living there, whether tenants, whether whoever is living there, you have to pack out of that place. So, but before they do that, I believe they should have been sending notification about it. So what I believe happened, I'm just going to talk from the angle of things that I'm not privy to, but what I saw happen that time. Because see, one thing about me is I don't put too much emotions in things that I don't know, and more so, I'm not really a fan of any celebrity to the extent that I would go crazy. Sometimes I might be angry, like not angry, I might be like, what is this person thinking? It doesn't mean that my emotions are there and I will now be fighting for one celebrity. I don't care. I'm just, the only thing I care about is the truth. So then I was like, this is not okay. Why would they close down where she was selling? That's her business place and everything. So then someone came out and give a statement on behalf of the Adebayo's family, and this person explained that the house where Iyan Aladuke's shop was built, the house has been used for collateral by Femi, that it was Femi Adebayo's house that was built on his name, and the house was used as collateral, and there was a plot beside it that was bought for Aladuke, Iyan Aladuke. You know, a lot of people did not believe, and even me. That's one thing about me. You're not going to come out and tell me this is what happened. The rain is raining, the sun is shining, and I'll be like, yeah, that's what happened. No. So these people, a lot of people were calling her, and immediately this was posted. The person even said that Femi Adebayo used that house as a collateral. So then I'm realizing that, okay, which means that house is where Femi Adebayo and Iyan Aladuke were staying. That was the house built by Femi Adebayo. Because if you remember the story in 2024 to the beginning of 2025, when there was Ramadan, Femi was the one that moved out of the house. So which means he left Iyan Aladuke in that house, and Iyan Aladuke did not move. Obviously, that's a marital home. And she will still be believing that Femi is coming back. But unfortunately, after like 1 year, they decided to send her out. And that was when this person comes out and said that, oh, the building has been used for collateral. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. As of now, I would say I don't think so. Maybe they just thought that Femi, the marriage has ended, even though you guys separated before. Maybe you were thinking of coming back together. The family were thinking, no, we don't see this. This thing is not going to happen. And Femi decided to sell the house. I don't know what went down in that aspect. But what I know is that that building belongs to Femi, and he decided to take it back from Iyan Aladuke. So leaving her hanging that there's nowhere to do her business anymore. She has to put it out and apologize to customer that she will update them where she's moving to later or whatever. So at some point, I know she put out some stuff as well, saying that she's this person, she's that person, she's that I'm a year hostess. Before I met you, I was doing all right, I was doing good and everything. So this same Iyan Aladuke was the one that attacked Femi Adebayo, Dayo Amusa on behalf of Femi Adebayo last year. She was literally, is it last year or 2024? I think it's 2024 when Eniola Jao did that movie and it was Femi that presented. Even though I know the anger towards Femi that time, I said it doesn't make any sense because at the end of the day, he was just there to present. He wasn't there to judge who dressed better. So that time, I think that 2024, it was about who dressed better and they gave it to Bobrisky. And it was a Jao's movie. It's not even. So Dayo Amusa was, being rude to Femi, and Iyan Aladuke literally carry all the fight on her head. That is when I know truly that this lady, or Bani lady. So anyway, come that late 2024 is when all this thing happened and she's in her own mess with Femi. So what this particular lady, olatoun, what a lot of people were not thinking about is, number one, what went down at that Jagunjagun shoot that made Femi pack out of the house, because as at that time, this olatoun has not told him anything. What did Iyan Aladuke did on that shoot? Like, what happened? What went down? Because this girl repeated it. Some of Femi Adebayo's, not the family that we know that are in the industry, like that woman, some of them keep saying that Iyan Aladuke should explain what happened, what went down. What really went down at that Jagun location? What did Iyan Aladuke do? Because what I heard that Gisova posted out was that Iyan Aladuke find Funke Akindele at the location. Iyan Aladuke destroyed things, broke TV, broke this, broke that, and Oga Bello was at that location. That was what Gisova said then. Is that what happened? Or is there something else to it that will make a man just pack out of the house? So one thing I would say is that a man cannot just pack out of his own house if there is nothing deep going on already in that marriage. I don't know whether people are thinking about that. Okay, fine. Now all this thing now happened. Your husband has moved out of the house. Instead for you to be scheming and planning on how to bring peace, because maybe there's no peace, maybe the movie Jagun in that location, the home front also look like he has to be a Jagun and he moved out of the house. I'm not saying that Femi Adebayo is a saint, because I didn't even hear where this lady was telling that olatoun that I just wish that God will settle everything and I'm going to do better, things are going to change. A lot of people were blaming this olatoun. That is why the Bible even said like we should be guided. Like we should watch, we should not say guile with our mouth. Like guard your mouth. So you need to really know what you're speaking about. I'm one of these people that I get angry easily. Did I say easily? No. When someone is trying to cheat another person, or someone is trying to cheat me, or someone is trying to play smart, I get so angry, aggravated. But one thing about me is that the moment I'm angry, even in my anger, I still watch things I say, because I know I have a very sharp tongue that if I just I will say things that you will not be able to. They say like your utterances are like eggs. If you drops, it breaks, and if it breaks, you can't put them back together. So even in my state of anger, I always try to control what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and how people are hearing it. So to say, I'm saying this to say that everybody blaming this olatoun, you're just blaming her. If Iyan Aladuke did not do all of this, how come you're still talking to a lady that you already break her own home? You already told her husband that she is sleeping with your husband, and yet you're still pretending things are good within you. You're still telling her stuff and asking you something you've said before. How did it not come to your brain that this person is just trying to get you? Because when she first mentioned about Oga Bello having stroke, it wasn't that same day that this lady was recording her. This lady was asking that question again so that she can get it on record. And this lady releasing all this, one thing I know as well that a lot of people has not, explored is that, do you know it might be the Adebayos that told this lady to release that audio? Because they are trying to keep their hands clean. And why this lady is writing everything she was writing is because Iyan Aladuke has put that narratives out there as if this lady is the one that broke her home. And everybody is making videos. I'm not talking about all these crazy people on Facebook, especially on Facebook, because the only time TikTok started interfering is when the audio comes out and all that. But the Facebook people, they are making a field day out of this story. Orioshi, Oriodale, Iyan Aladuke. This is a friend that, because Iyan Aladuke keep putting out this cryptic message that is pointing to this lady as if she was the one that causes the breakdown of the marriage. That's the way I see it, with few things that Iyan Aladuke has written, and with what this guy is saying now, it confirms what I believe to be true. Because in the first place, you accused Funke. If Funke was just thinking in herself, like, is this lady crazy? Like me, I would just be like, Shele you Yahweh. And I might not even respond to her, because I will be like, if I'm responding to this person, you're just a low life. Why should I respond? What will happen if she now send that audio, or somebody get hold of that audio she sent to Funke, and Funke did not respond? Funke did not respond to her and be like, Rara, oh, I'm not. The story would have been different today, because she won't, the accuser, the accusation that is being put on olatoun will be on Funke Akindele, that she was the one that break that home. So what I can say is that this olatoun, what she did is diabolical. Like, why? Because left to me, even if it's my oga at the top, I'm not going to do your dirty work. If you want the audio release it yourself on Femi Adebayo's page, because at the end of the day, but I bet they would have heard the audio now, and they might be the one that said release the audio. After all, Iyan Aladuke is ready to drag you, and she's ready to make people believe that you were the one that wronged her, you were the one that did everything, you were the one that made the marriage broke. But I will say that Iyan Aladuke was the one that broke her home marriage. Igbonara. Number one, why did you marry a celebrity, especially somebody like Femi Adebayo? You are not even his first marriage. And do you know what broke up his first marriage? You know story. Because if she doesn't know story, she wouldn't be ringing or DMing Funke Akindele, accusing Funke Akindele. So she knows the story of the first wife. That's why she wants to use that angle. And why she's doing that is that so that Funke can call Femi. She just really needs, at that time, I think she was desperate. She really wants her husband to come back home. And the only way you could do that is, apologize. Ask the family to interfere. But the thing is that we don't know what happened at that location, that Jagunjagun location. If what Jisova was saying is true, maybe Oga Bello was there, and Oga Bello must have been telling her to stop all that, and she refused. She still destroyed things. Because in that audio, that tone actually was saying something like that, what you did that time, blah, blah, blah. So definitely something happened. What Jisova was saying, something happened. The only part that is not true is that it's not Funke Akindele. And a lot of them were saying that, the family said, I will give all those ones. You will give Oga Bello stroke. Oga Bello might not have stroke. It's not everybody that has of what. The worst that will happen is that a lot of people will not want to have things with him. And I don't think it works out that way. That's what miscalculation actually is part of this thing as well. Because this olatoun thing, if Iyan Aladuke would have stayed away from olatoun, don't accuse her wrongly, just accuse her of things you are certain that she did. Somebody that you are so close to like that, you don't need to, because the thing is this, everything olatoun is accusing of Iyan Aladuke of now, many people were not talking about it. They were focused on Iyan Aladuke, a friend that betrayed a friend. but they were not focusing on how Iyan Aladuke went to one of the sister-in-law, one of Femi Adebayo's sister, saying that this olatoun took her to some powerful people, and they told her that it was Femi Adebayo that was using her glory and the son that made the son being autistic. Autism is very rampant these days. It's not about aye share or not. I think it's about the other stuff, the toxins that is going around, because you can see the increment. And her son looks okay to me. The boy will still speak. Maybe he just have a delay speech or whatever. So trying to use that to bring your husband back home, I don't think it works. Maybe she should have done something different. I believe now she might be regretting it. That why? Because see, a lot of people helping you to drag olatoun is not going to fix your marriage. That is number one. Number two, it's going to make things worse. Because now that olatoun released stuff, the next post she made was like showing, I think she posted Femi Adebayo and be like, raising hands up. And a lot of people were coming to her rescue as well. And people were saying this, blah, blah, blah. And she said, even if people want to drag her after this, people should continue to drag her as far as her conscience is clear. So in all of this, I can't really say that, oh, this is what happened, because this girl came out, but Iyan Aladuke hasn't come out to really defend herself. She did not. All she keep posting is that I don't want to talk. I will talk. I don't want to talk. If I talk, I don't want to talk. Talk. Talk your talk. Who is holding you not to talk? This is the time to speak out. But she's not saying anything, which makes me believe that what she did in that 2024 is really bad, and she doesn't really want that to come out. But I don't know whatever she might have done. You are husband and wife, the worst. She said it. She's one angry bird. I think she's one of these people that when they get angry, some people, they get angry, they burn the house, they burn everything to the ashes. It's just like the way Tonto Dike said that if she's angry, like the anger just, burn like fire. Maybe that's somebody like Iyan Aladuke as well. And after they've done that, their eyes will clear. But in the process that your eyes clear, it's not scheming and planning on how to destroy your husband. She even said, even if she forgive him, I don't know whether that one is seeking for forgiveness, that you will forgive him, but you will still bring him down by pulling down his Instagram. Like, what kind of forgiveness is that? So she's literally saying that even if he comes back home, even if we come back together, I'm still going to do this too. That's gone beyond. It's dangerous. Because if that's my brother, I would say, please, I beg you. This one is, we don't know. If she hasn't called Funke or done that Funke situation, I might say, she's just making mouth, Jare. And to everyone saying that it's out of anger, no, she was laughing in some of it. She was bragging. It's not anger. It's a bragging thing for her. It's not an anger issue. Like in the moment of anger, you say stuff. No, that's not anger. That's a manipulator scheming and planning evil towards another person. What might have happened? This guy is a celebrity. You are not the first marriage, so you should know. And you still and you still go ahead. You went ahead and married this guy. Yet you are making friends with someone that can help you police him. You became friends with that one. Look at what now happened. Someone you became friends with so that they can police your husband. This is the person that is now revealing everything that happened between you. So to everyone saying that olatoun is evil, olatoun is that, olatoun is that, I think the girl couldn't take the heat anymore. Like, people are hitting her back, front, left, and center. And she thought that releasing this audio will make people know the real truth. But people don't read. We are in the end. She wrote a lot of epistle, but a lot of people, glaze over it and just go to the audio and be like, evil friend. No, she actually wrote so many things that Iyan Aladuke has done to her as well. So for me, they are birds of same feathers, because at the end of the day, olatoun lost her marriage, Iyan Aladuke lost her marriage. So they both help each other to destroy each other. So what are we now saying? Why are you calling her evil? When she said she has kept the secret, she didn't see anything until Iyan Aladuke keep pushing, and she noticed that everything that she planned, she's doing it. She's saying, I'll do this, and she started doing the stuff. And she thought, no, I wouldn't want something bad to happen to my boss. But still, it's still diabolical. I won't do that, no matter what. What I can say is that I will just call that Iyan Aladuke, call all your dogs, call them off, or post something on your story that, hi, olatoun, I never slept with your husband or have anything to do with him. That's what I would do. And I will warn her, please do that, because if you don't do, I have a lot of audios of you saying things about your in-laws. I'm going to put them out. I will tell her straight. And if she doesn't put that out, then I can release it. Because at the end of the day, even if she put that statement out, does it mean that all these alatenuje Facebook will stop? No, because they are using it for content. Misery of someone's life is a content for these people whereby they make money. That's what I realized. So everybody doesn't have a critical thinking. It's all about, I pick this side, I pick that side. And that Femi Adebayo as well. I just hope he learned this time around. This one, you want this one, you want that one. But if we see anything now, they will say they are Muslim, along with Abi. They will say they are Muslim, along with, because he went to Muriah Brown's show and Muriah literally asked him, with everything going on, he didn't want to say anything. He just said, oh, they are celebrity. People will say so many things about them. It doesn't mean it's true. Believe social media at your own peril. So let's not believe what Adetoun or Olatoun or whatever her name is. Let's not believe what she has put out about your wife, because we're just going to believe at our own peril. Because that's what he literally answered. That's when I said, I think it might be that family that asked this Olatoun to put out the audio. Because a lot of people were already calling out Femi Adebayo. And they know that this thing might actually, affect him somehow. Especially that where his movie Ageshikole 2 was out and he was promoting it. And they know that if stories like this keep going and, people started seeing him in this bad light, it might have affected his project. So they asked this Olatoun, that's me, allegedly, I'm thinking that maybe that's what happened. But whatever it is that happened, don't just put all the blame on this girl. Iyan Aladuke herself really put this on herself. We should try and tame our anger. Not because of this, because I'm not seeing them together. Even if they come together, Femi can never trust him, never trust her. And she too can never trust Femi. Because you can tell she doesn't have any trust in him. That's why she needs someone like a dog to be taming him. So I don't think it's worth it for them to stay together. And if they now decided to come together, they have to build that trust back. And Femi needs to decide, spell it out. Tayo, my wife, I'm a Muslim, along with. I might be looking for another second, third, fourth wife after you. And the girl will know. All these, I'm fighting this one, I'm fighting out. Because how many people does this Iyan Aladuke really want to fight? Because how can you marry someone like Femi Adebayo and you are going somewhere to be fighting when you are not even the first wife? Anyway, you guys, that's all I can say. Because for me, I'm not going to come here and start bashing that Olatoun, blah, 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 blah. Yes, what she did is very diabolical. But Iyan Aladuke should have done better as well. Not all the things she was saying, because if you want to blame Olatoun for releasing that, blame Iyan Aladuke for accusing Funke Akindele wrongly. Even though she knew deep inside her that Funke Akindele did not do that thing. And Gisova posted it. And, some people take Gisova like a Bible. Gisova don't lie. And some people believe that, oh my God, Funke Akindele and Femi Adebayo are dating again. And afterwards, we saw them at one premiere. I can't remember, and they are hugging each other, greeting each other, and people started saying, Funke Akindele and Femi Adebayo, Funke Akindele and Femi Adebayo, and it was Iyan Aladuke, Femi Adebayo's estranged wife that put that out there. So she already started doing some of the things that she planned. She's done that Funke's one. She's done the part whereby she will tell people that Femi Adebayo was using her and her son's star. So what else is she planning to do? And did you hear where this girl said that she wants to pay her brother, Olatoun's brother, so that she can hack her WhatsApp? And why will I put it past her when she already said that she will pay someone to bring Femi Adebayo's Instagram down? But a lot of us, we just gloss over that because we love someone, we just want to fight for them. That's why I said to a lot of people, I said, we go to hellfire simply because you are supporting what you are not supposed to support, or you are being behind someone simply because you love them, but you're thinking they can't do no wrong, they can't do no wrong. Did Femi Adebayo did wrong to this lady? Yes. But did this lady cause all the problems she has? Yes, there was a movie I was watching yesterday. I can't remember. I think my wife, my trouble or something like that. Watch that movie, especially all this troublesome wife. This lady tried as much as possible to push her husband away simply because of Arabigona. And the story looks so similar because this lady told her friend that I know my husband is not dating her, but I want to prevent it before it happens. She will start fighting. And there's a lot of women like that. Start fighting until you push. It was a movie, but I was angry at some point, like, Papa, like, how would you even be doing this to your husband that is quiet, that is trying, like, she makes that home very unbearable for the man. And when I was watching that movie, I was just remembering that in Aladuke, and you still want to blame olatoun. The foundation has been fractured already. Olatoun doesn't need to do anything. I think Iyan Aladuke is doing everything possible to destroy our own home by scheming and planning. Because the thing is, we are hearing her saying it. What has she done that we didn't know that she has done, but she's not saying that I've done this? Until Femi can come out and tell us that she did this, she did this. That is the time it's easy for people to now ask that, Femi, kini wona she for me to fima shaduru nkabai fun. If you get what I'm saying. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave it now. And I feel a bit sad in the morning when I saw the story of this young lady, Ife, that was bitten by a cobra in her sleep. And Nigeria failed her. A lot of people say, not everything is Nigeria, but there is no good hospital that have antidotes. In a country where there is snakes, no antidotes. And the one that she even went to, they are so quack to the extent of giving this girl a drip without antidotes. Don't they know that the drip will spread the venom inside, like spread it around so quickly? It's really sad because this girl was asleep. In her sleep, this snake, like it's as if the snake is watching her, and it's this godforsaken snake bit her while she was sleeping. She was asleep because I just read something whereby someone said, oh, she called me that this is what happened. She was sleeping, and in her sleep, she just noticed that something was hurting her, and she woke up and she saw the snake, and she tied a hand. She went to the first hospital, and the guy said, she called me and said, don't worry yourself too much, that she was bitten by a snake, and she's on her way to Lugbe Hospital. And she got there was no antivenom there, so she has to call Uber her to that FMC hospital where she eventually died. And they don't have antidote, and they started giving her a drip. That was, it's really sad. God rest her soul. The girl is so talented. I listen to her. I have shiver down my spine. I've never heard of her in my life. But that Nigeria never happened to us. Anyway, you guys, it's a new month. It's a new week. Have a great and fabulous week. And I pray this month is going to be a wonderful month. It's my birthday month, it's my daughter's birthday month. And I'm turning a big, fantastic age. So I'm not having any party anyway, but I'm just going to be grateful to God for life. I thank God. Seeing this month of February, I give God all the glory. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic week and beginning of a good month. It's going to be a fruitful one for everyone, and God will, crown our efforts. God will crown our efforts. Do have a lovely week, and I will see you next week. Or if there's any story that I have to do and I don't want them to pile up like this, then I will make a video. All right, take care, bye. And if you have anything to add to this conversation, please leave that in the comment section below. On your way out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share if you like it, and if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. It's very important. And turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video or shorts or I'm going live. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's very important. I'll see you next week. Have a great week and happy new month.